Hi, ladies and gentlemen. What's up? What's in the pop? What's going on? How you all doing? How y'all doing? What's up? You're welcome to the R4M Studios. This is Prolific, and it's a great day. It's a beautiful evening. It's a cold evening up in here, and we have great people right here in the office just to serve you from the R4M Studios. We have Joy Page, we have Yanu, we have Mr. KOB, we have Bad Boy Fricky, we have Mr. Rex in the building, and it's just a beautiful day. All right, so yeah, it's good to have you again on the R4M live show. And today we're going to be talking about something that almost everybody does, if not everybody. Yeah, almost everybody with define love does this, right? So if you've not seen the flyer, the flyer from the previous post, please do well to check our page so you can see the topic. All right. So you can see the topic. However, I'm still going to introduce the topic. But before I introduce the topic, I like to make a few notices. I did speak English. You know, the local Nigerian people, they go say, I want to do announcements. Our friends do. We get started. We're brand, we're team, we're family. So no, we don't make announcements. We make notices. Hey God. I know jump out for this life. Yeah, so we'll have just a few notices, all right? So the big news that we have from the R4M Studios is the fact that we have Love Lounge. Love Lounge coming. Love Lounge coming. Love Lounge coming. Yeah, so plenty of people go fall in love, right? We can't guarantee you first aid if you fall in love. So when you're falling in love, fall with your two eyes open. Fall with your head and your heart. Don't go and fall for Agbero. Anyway, we don't have Agbero coming for our show because we're classy people, right? We're real people, but we're classy people. So Love Lounge is happening on the 30th of November, which is the very last Saturday of November. Yeah, so, and it's happening nowhere else but Disney Chicken, right? Disney Chicken Lounge. Disney Chicken Lounge. So, and the entry fee is 1K. 1K. 1K is the entry fee, and you're going to have a lovely time. What should you expect? That's the next question. What you should expect. Number one is games, right? Why do you have to play games? Because you have to keep your mental capacity stimulated. You also have to be able to relax as though you're just sitting in your sitting room, like playing video game, right? So you have to be relaxed. That's one of the essence of you having to play games. Also, you will play games because we're able to find synergy between people. So we have group games and we have personal individual games, right? So we really want you to just have fun, just laugh. I mean, you've been through a lot, right? With this regime, with this economy, I no call name. However, we all know we've been through a lot, right? So that's the idea. You get to play games. Also, we're going to have a segment for matchmaking. Matchmaking. When I say I go be presenter, I go be musician. I still try to figure out. All right. So we're going to be having matchmaking segments, and we're going to have people get to meet someone that they really like or crushing on, and it's a safe place. All right. It's a safe space. So we're going to be having matchmaking. Also, we're going to be having knowledge. We're going to be hearing from certain people. We're going to have a segment called Shocker, all right? Shocker is for young people who just got married less than 1 year, and they go tell us the things where they shock them rather in their relationship. So I'm not going to tell you every other thing. I'm just going to leave it there so you can come for Love Lounge and enjoy everything that we have for you. I want to say thank you so much for following through, everyone on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. You guys have been so amazing. Thank you for tuning up. Thank you for turning up. Okay. Yeah, we'll have Brother Pace in the building. Brother Pace, what's up? How you doing? How you doing, bro? How you doing, bro? We have God bless him. God bless him. How you doing? Good to have you. We have Laurel Afro. Laurel. Yeah, I met Laurel Afro on my flight to Lagos, and she's an amazing person. She's a beautiful woman. Laura Afra, it's good to have you join us on the live show tonight. And we hope that you get to contribute, because that's the essence of the live show. We want to hear your perspective, all right? So the topic is The topic is, why do people go on dates? Why do people go on dates? You hear, I have a date. Oh, I have a date. Oh, I have a date. You know, women go, they repair hair. Guys go, they put tuxedo. Not before Nigeria, who they wear tuxedo. So anyway, but on a more serious note, why do people go on dates? And so I'm just having to say that so you'll be able to begin to gather your thoughts, right? Very important. You begin to gather your thoughts, because that's what the live show is about. For those of you who are tuning in for the very first time, I always, on every live show, I love to say that the live show is that very place where you get to cross-pollinate ideas. Cross-pollinate ideas, because no single person has it all figured out, right? So yeah, this is where we get to cross-pollinate. Hi, Brother Pace. Brother Pace said he's going to come for Love Lounge simply because finally he will find somebody that will marry his type. And he's asking me to answer him. Don't worry, I've answered you. Come first. You go find woman. We'll go marry your type. And by the way, Brother Pace, you're a great guy, right? You're a great guy. So no fear. Nothing the power. Nothing the shelle. All right? Okay, my guy is not loading, but we're going to be all right. All right, so why do people go on dates? That's what we're looking at tonight. Why do people go on dates? 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 So let us know why you have been going on dates after dates and you have not engaged that woman. Or you have been going on dates upon dates and you have not said yes to a particular man. Yes, it's you I'm talking to, all right? So also, if you're just tuning in, please do me a favor. Do us a favor here from the R4M studios. Do us a favor to share this particular live show, all right? Do us a favor to share it, because it's very important to us that you share, all right? We give value, and so, okay. Sorry, one sec. We give value, and so it's very imperative that every other person gets to enjoy what you are enjoying. All right, Mrs. Miriam, it's good to have you on the live show as well. All right, so let us know in the comment section, why do you think? Okay, why do people go on dates? Why do people go on dates? Why do people go on dates? All right, why do people go on dates? So I'm trying to have my Facebook load up. I'm trying to have my Facebook load up here from the R4M platform. I don't know why I have to always do this, but we gonna be all right. Okay. So gather your thoughts, share with us what you think, why you think people go on dates. It's very imperative, because you see, sometimes, like they say, when the essence or the intent of a thing isn't known, that was by what's his name of blessed memory now? What's his name? No, not Mike Murdoch. I'll remember his name. He said, when the purpose of a thing isn't known, abuse is inevitable, right? Abuse is inevitable. So we want to know why people go on dates. Is it really necessary that you go on dates? All right. Is it really necessary that you go on dates? Why do people go on dates? That's what we want to find out tonight. All right. So my Facebook is acting up. All right. But let me just dive into what we have today. So first off, we need to know, what is a date? What is a date? Okay, so a friend asked me to say this on the live show, all right? She lives in Texas. And Moji's a clown. So Moji said, I should let you guys know watching tonight. She sadly can't be on the live show, but she said I should let you guys know from Texas that she goes on dates just to eat. What was it she said she eats? Wala na manta. She goes, okay, because I was teasing her, I was like, is it for you to eat burger? She's like, no, you don't go on dates to eat burger. So anyway, she goes on dates to eat food. So if you're a bro and you want to go on a date with Moji and you're hoping that after that date something else will, Moji know they attach affection. It's food she's going for, all right? So that's the first person we're taking tonight. So Moji goes for food. And I'd like you to let us know, why do you go on dates? All right, a lot of people go for food. And you see, I don't want to call the name of the state or tribe. A lot of certain people from a certain tribe, they will now, even a babe, they will now pack like 6 of their friends. First date. In fact, no date sef should be like that. Come pack 6 of your friends, come they go on dates. So what exactly is a date? All right, before we begin to talk about why you have to go on a date and the benefits, is there really benefits to you going on a date? All right, so a date is simply a meeting, a meetup that should not end in your setup. All right, a date is simply a meeting, all right, or a meetup with someone you're considering to build a long-lasting romantic relationship with. All right, so a dating is simply a meeting. All right, it's simply a meeting or a meetup with someone you're considering to build a long-lasting relationship with. All right, very important. So that's basic. But yes, I know people get to use loosely the term relationship or rather dating. I know people get to use that because and yes, you can actually go on a date, man and man, woman and woman, right? And no, I'm a very straight guy. I don't believe in that, all right? But you see, the thing is this: you can have a date with your boss, you can have a date with your worker, whatever it is. You can say, oh, I have a date with so person, right? So a date is simply a time that you fixed, is an intentional time that you fixed. But in context now, we're talking about the date that is heading towards building a romantic relationship, all right? So so it's simply a meeting. Why do we have to establish that it's simply a meeting? We simply have to establish the fact that it's a meeting because a lot of people in Nigeria really think that dating is... Facebook could not understand Nigerian slang, so I'll use Nigerian slang. A lot of people in Nigeria think that dating is simply a prolonged session where steady knacking happens. Do you understand? If you're below 18, just switch off. Go and look for something else on Instagram, all right? But that's what is in the subconscious of a lot of people, right? So we're saying that dating is simply a meeting, a meetup, right? A meeting or a meetup with someone that you are considering to build a long-lasting relationship with, all right? So it's a meeting between two people, sometimes more if it's probably a corporate organization, but it's simply a meeting between two people, right? Getting to know about each other. So the first thing we need to establish about dating is the fact that dating is about getting to know a person. So I don't know a person simply because I went to a restaurant and then, the guy was so nice and he just opened the door for me and I walked past and, oh, this guy's a nice guy. This guy is marriage material. Nope. The guy is not nice. You don't really know the guy because he just pulled the chair out for you to sit. Nope. That's not a guarantee that I know a person. All right. So dating is a meeting, is a time, or it's moments in time where we both intentionally set time out to get to know each other. Now, in getting to know each other, we most likely, they call it aesthetics when you talk about setting up another, the props. The props could not be that, oh, what is your favorite restaurant? Oh, what is your favorite garden or park or whatever it is? Unfortunately, in Nigeria, a lot of people believe that dating has to always happen in a restaurant. Okay, that's by the way. Let's not go into that because before some people go stole me. But yeah, so we have to establish the fact that dating is a time where you get to know a person, because we can't be talking about building a long-lasting relationship with a stranger, right? So it is a time where I get to know a person. It's a little bit different from a hangout. All right, it's a little bit different from a hangout because a hangout happens many times. All right, not absolutely, but hangouts happen many times with people who are with people who are already your friends. All right, so you could hang out with people who are already your friends. That happens. But for someone you just met and you want to meet again, you most likely have to go on a date. All right, today we're not going to be talking about what you have to do when you go on a date, but yeah, we're going to be talking about the benefits of dating and we're going to be looking at why people actually date. But before I share my notes with y'all, we have a few thoughts. We have a few people online, and we have Goy Blessing. Goy Blessing says, "Hi, R for M. Hi, Goy Blessing. What's up? How you doing? What's up, Savi? Why do people go on dates?" She said, it's a form of closure for couples. It helps them to connect in different ways, picnic dates, puzzle dates, just to see a different side of a person. Thank you so much. That is very, 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 very insightful. Very, very insightful. She was already delving into something I was going to talk about next. All right, so there are different kinds of dates. And that's why I said, earlier on that a lot of people just think that dates, not dating, dates is just about you going to a restaurant to eat. That is part of it. That's a huge part of it, right? That's a huge part of it. But there are different kinds of dates. So you could have a chess date. You could have a Monopoly date. That's the game Monopoly. You could have, name it, a Ludo date. All right. So Blessing just got to highlight that. Thank you so much for doing that. Thank you so much for doing that. So there are picnic dates, the puzzle dates, just to see different sides to a person. So again, that establishes the fact that it is about getting to know a person. It is not getting to know about the person's sexuality. It is about getting to know the person. It is not getting to know about a person's private parts. It is about getting to know a person, because we are human beings, not human doings, right? We're human beings, not human doings. You get that, right? So I want to be with someone that I enjoy. I want to be with someone that I know. You see, when you know a person, you know how to be around the person. You know what, tickles the person's fancy, and you also know what ticks the person off. But, and it's one of the reasons why we don't have lasting relationships, because really, people don't know each other. That's the truth. People don't know each other, and it's troubling. It's troubling. All right, it's troubling. So let's move on. Let's move on quickly. We have more people joining in. Hi, Barnabas Onuche, my guy. How you doing? What's up? What's in the pot? How you doing? Also, we have who do we have? Hanatuma Tankare. Yes, I was her wedding MC. But she has refused to make me godfather of her children. But I forgive you, all right? So let me run. We also have Sir Don Amos. What's up, sir? He's been on the R4M studio live. One of the podcasts that we have, one of the interviews. He's a great guy. He's into relationships. What's up, sir? How you doing? All right? So let's run quickly. All right? So we've established that dating is about getting to know a person, all right? Getting to know a person. Why? What do you want to know about this person? You have to know if you guys are compatible, all right? Get to know if you're compatible for each other, all right? And I also say that dates is a little bit, when you come in context, romantic dates is a little bit different from hangouts. Many times you're hanging out with a friend that you already know. All right, but dates many times is somebody that you just got to meet and you want to explore. You want to get to know the person, all right? So what are the reasons for dating? That's what this show is about. Why do people date? What is the reason for dating? Hi, Aisha. Aisha, it's good to have you on the show. It's really good to have you on the show. So what are the reasons why people date? It's important, because if you're dating because you are bored, you won't really get the best of it. You won't really get the best of a person, rather, right? So reasons for dating. Number one, to know if the person is good for me. Good for me. All right? So or rather, if the person is right for me, because there are a lot of good people. All right? I know media sells negativity. So many people are even scared of getting married. So many people have convince themselves that true love doesn't exist, right? So that's because the media is selling to you, all right? The media is selling to you what it wants you to think. But yes, true love does exist. So now there are good people and there are bad people. There are good people, but not everybody is right for you. So dating helps you to know who is right for you. So you could have a good person. In fact, you will see, or you would agree with me, that there are so many people who who are divorced today, and they are both good people, but they weren't just right for each other. Sometimes our goals, sometimes our dreams, sometimes our personality just don't find that synergy that helps us to make out the best in our romantic relationships. And so we have to break up, right? So going on dates rather, is supposed to help me get to know you, get to find the points of compromise, get to find the points of synergy, so that I will know that you're not just a good person, but you are right for me. All right. So dating is about getting to know that a person is right for you. All right. And I said earlier on that just because the person opens the door for you at the restaurant doesn't make the person right for you. All right. So also I wrote in my notes that observation is a silent and a wise way to learn a person without poking them with questions. Woo, this is good. Let me say that again. Observation is a silent and a wise way to learn a person without poking them with questions. So there are two ways you can know a person. And there is one thing that is responsible for those two ways. Woo! I'm loving this. This is not notes. I'm just talking to you, right? I'm just sharing with you. So there are two ways you can know a person. And there is one mechanism that helps those two ways. So the two ways you can get to know a person is, one, asking questions. When you go on your date, especially your first dates, when you go on dates, you have to ask questions. You have to share a bit of yourself and also listen to the person so that you gain balance. Some people actually aren't interested in dates because talking about ladies now, most ladies I've spoken with, they go on dates and then they go on dates with a man who is talking so much that he's not listening. Let's say they have 1 hour, 30 minutes for a date, and then the man ends up talking for an hour, and then for 15 minutes they get to eat, and 15 minutes they now share the grace. And she's just wondering, what just happened? I thought we were supposed to get to know each other, right? So I'm able to step on breaks to know when to talk, how much to talk, and what to say, right? And also hear the other person out. So questions is the doorway to understanding. Questions is the doorway for you to understand, right? So in dates, I have to ask questions because I don't know this person. So I have to ask questions. And then the other way, now, when you go on your first date or you go on your second date, by then you definitely know if you really are comfortable with this person, if you really are into this person, if you really enjoy this person so much. So you would most likely want to go on the third date. Now, by the third date, you're not just asking questions so that your dates don't turn out to be like some kind of office interview. Now, what you do is you begin to observe. That's the silent and the wise way, the second silent and the wise way to know a person. You begin to observe without poking. All right? Observe without poking. So we're talking about the reasons for dating. We said, number one, to know if the person is good for me. Number two, to know if I am good for the person. You see, not everybody accepts this. Especially fine boys. Have you seen a fine boy that they told no? A fine boy that was too confident. He just believe say babes go just tell am yes. They can't go jam one wey he really like. He has been a player for years. They can't see the babe wey he really like. And then she now tells him no. Like, it's impossible. Like, what? Do you know me? Like, do you know my track record? See, it takes two things. It takes a matured person who is objective and is self-aware to know when he or she is not right for a person. So you could meet somebody who really likes you. You could meet somebody who is really into you. But if you are matured, honest, and self-aware of yourself, you can tell yourself, I am not right for this person. So let me give you an instance. Let's use a man. Let me start with a man before I come to a woman. Let's say you're a man and you have a call to be a pastor. not an itinerant minister, to be a pastor, and then and within the tenets of your call that you are supposed to be stationed in a place to feed, to groom people, right? And then you meet a woman who probably is a naval officer, and she's going to be away a lot. And you're going to have to be grooming people, and you're going to have to be talking with a lot of people, right? But you need your wife around. If you can't find a point of synergy, then, and I'm going to come to that, I'm going to come to directions. I hope we have time for that. I'm going to come to directions on how you don't really have a business going in a direction that someone isn't going with you. You see, but that begins from you being self-aware, but that's by the way. So I have to know me first off. I have to know where I am going before I commit to a relationship. Like we jokingly say that it is a ship of two people relating, right? So this ship is not stagnant. It is in motion. It is heading somewhere. So I have to first know me. It's the same thing with mentorship. Hi, Mr. Yusuf Lenge, my brother. Good to have you online, all right? So it's the same thing with mentorship. So you don't choose a mentor because a mentor is rich or popular. No, you choose a mentor that has been where you want to go to. You choose a mentor who has been through what you are going through. So if I don't know my direction in life, I can't be talking about choosing a particular kind of mentor in a particular, sector or part of my life, right? So it's the same thing. It's the same thing with when it comes to knowing if I am right for a person. I have to know me first, and that helps me to be able to know the other person if we can, fit in. All right. So I said sometimes listening to your dates helps you figure out. All right, this is about listening. It helps you figure out if you are perfect for him or her. It takes both a person who is self-aware and real to be objective. All right, and this is very important, very, very important. Let me go to YouTube. Let's scroll down to YouTube. Let's see. Is there anybody on YouTube? Oh, my man. Ooh, my man. All right. So we have Ideas Hub 360. Ideas Hub, how are you doing? How you doing, Ideas Hub? Ideas Hub, I miss you. Ideas Hub is still trying not to tell me if it's a human being, a hub, a mob, a community, or a singular person. However, let's make progress. I always like to read Idea Hub. He or she is an intelligent human. Idea Hub said, you get to know and understand the person you are dating. Yes, very true, sir. You get to know and understand. You see, this is very deep. It sounds like just a sentence, but it's not just a sentence. It's not just a sentence. It is one thing to know a person, it's another thing to understand the person. So on your first date, you can have information about a person, but it doesn't qualify to mean that you have now understood the person. I've given these instances before where I say you're learning how to play the guitar, and they teach you about the fretboard, the strings, all of those things. I've forgotten those things. It's been a while. I can't remember. But they teach you all of the components of a guitar, right? But it doesn't mean you now understand the technicality of how to play it. It's the same thing with humans. So because I tell you my states, and I tell you my tribe, and I tell you how many we are in the family, doesn't mean you can just understand me. All right? So it's very important. And so I'm really concerned in this generation because we are mistaking dates for, how do I say this? We are mistaking dates for moments of simple intimacy. Intimacy will come, but why am I being intimate with a person I don't know or understand? It just becomes a sport instead of something that should be enjoyed. Let me not dive into that. All right. So let's talk about reasons for dating. And then, so we talked about awareness, which is learning each other. Awareness. Hi, Glory. How you doing? What's up? So we talk about awareness, learning each other. Okay. Also, to have fun and create memorable moments. Some people are too serious with this life. They're too serious. They're too serious. You see a CEO at 45, he's just doing board meeting to meeting. Hey, partner with MTN, hey, partner with Glow. Partner. Your life is just straight and predictable. Then you fall in love. Right? You fall in love. And I was going to say, woe betide you. Well, blessed are you. You now fall in love with a lady who is a helpless romantic. You fall in love with a lady who's a helpless romantic. She come dey shower you gifts. They give you surprises. You go dey board meeting. Why is Mr. A not doing this? Where's your report? Then I say, sir, you have a message. From who? I say, you now calls the name. Let's say, Sarah. I say, Sarah brings you a message. KOB is already looking at me and laughing. One of the girls is eyeing Sarah. Anyway, let me confess. I want to say on national TV. Let me confess on online TV that I've been eating Sarah's cakes. Yes. And Sarah makes a very lovely cakes. Yeah, she makes very lovely cakes. Sarah is not my girlfriend though. Please. Sarah is not my girlfriend. Sarah is KOB's friend. One of his besties. He has like 6 besties. That's why we call him KOB, King of Besties. Anyway, so yeah. So you're having a very serious life, very serious moment. And then I say, Sarah, bro, you cupcake. Because the guy ate Sarah's cupcake. I was like, no wonder Paul. Once this get around bring cupcake like this, the guy, they coordinate. All right. So you begin to see that macho CEO suddenly begins to loosen up. He comes home and then she's made the decoration, or she makes food for him. It brings surprises and a whole lot. The guy begins to loosen up. And before you know, he's having a life beyond just the office. He's beginning to have memories, fun and awesome memories. All right, fun and awesome memories. That is one benefit of you dating someone, and a great person at that. All right, so you're able to create and have fun. You're able to create and have memorable moments. Another thing that I can enjoy, or you can enjoy from dating, is you get to talk about your goals and how they align with yours. You talk about your goals and how they align with yours. I have this very senior friend who will tell me, he's like, prolific. See, this is my wife. Before I married my wife, back to back, talking stage. I know they think anything. Now, babe. Say now we don't marry. I think they have 2 kids. Say now they are married. That there are nights, he doesn't even sleep on the bed. We just go to parlor and go and sleep on the couch. Like, you know what I mean? Like the thing, they tire him. This guy, he don't do him. Do you understand? Yeah, this was the same thing that before he got married, he was head over his, like, he could not wait. Thank God he waited. He could not wait. Now we don't marry, the thing don't tire him. Do you understand? The thing don't tire him. So when I go on dates, what happens is I'm able to talk with this person. I'm able to know if he or she's goal align with mine. So there are people who want to stay celibate. There are people who don't freaking care if they want to be celibate, right? So I wouldn't want to be celibate, and I'm meeting somebody who doesn't want to be celibate, who doesn't want to stay celibate, and do you understand? It means we're not heading the same direction, and then we're going to have friction that will not cause. I will not say that word. All right. So you have to learn. You get to learn about the other person's goals, and also get to share your goal. You also share your dreams. All right. And I choose those words carefully and separately. Your dreams can be far-fetched. When I say far-fetched, I mean your dreams could be 20 years down the line, but your goals are measurable. There are long-term goals, there's short-term goals, as we know, as I believe we all know. There are short-term goals, there are long-term goals. Now I'm able to say, in the next 3 months, I want to leave Nigeria, for instance. Babe, do you think you can go into a long-distance relationship with a guy you just met? That's a serious conversation to have. Or I'm going into the military. I'm probably going to join the Air Force or whatever it is. I just finished my training before I got to meet you. Do you think I'll marry a man who is not always physically present? Can you handle that? Now, if I'm a lady and I have eye for too many men, all right? So I have to be honest with myself. I tell myself, oh girl, don't suffer yourself. Don't spoil your marriage with your hand. I just simply tell the guy, oh, you're an amazing guy, a wonderful guy, but I don't think we can work. Why? Because we now know our goals. We know our dreams. All right? Very important. What do you gain from dating? You really need to know what you gain from dating. And this is just a few of them. I can't go into so much because of time. And please, for those of you watching, please do well also to share your thoughts. Let me go back to YouTube. All right. It was just Ideas Hub that got to share on YouTube. Okay. Let us know your thoughts. Let us know your thoughts. That is why we're here. Let us know your thoughts, okay? Let us know your thoughts. Just a minute. Just a minute. Trying to load this Facebook. Let us know your thoughts. Let us know your thoughts. Okay. Still loading. Still loading. All right, if you're just joining the live show, this is the R4M Studios, and I am Prolific. And we're having a great time, a great convo tonight. We had one person get to comment on the chat, and she talked about how there are actually different kinds of dates. Yeah, the picnic dates. So, in case you're a guy, let me help some of us. In case you're a guy and you really like this girl, but you think that, especially with this regime now, you think that you really need to have like 30K to really take her out and all that. You could have picnic dates. And with picnic dates, it's cheap. All right, it's cheap. I mean, now, I'm not saying the lady is cheap. Please don't get me wrong. I'm saying the goal is to know the person, to spend time with the person. So I get my mat, we get a garden, get drinks, get maybe shortbread. Yeah, shortbread. Older people know shortbread. I don't mean bread. I didn't say bread. Shortbread. Shortbread, whatever it is. Just snacks, right? And you head out. See, there's just something, I don't know if it's just creatives, but I prefer, and this is not about money, please. This is not about money. I prefer dates that happen in a very natural place with less distractions. So I'm able to talk with you. All right, but that's just me. I know people are different. So, but don't miss the essence of why you are going on a date. All right. So there's also the context where it is okay and it is proper, it is necessary for you to go on a date and dress properly with your tuxedo, whatever it is, have candlelights, if you have limousine money, enter limousine, whatever you want to do, make it classy, make it flashy, make a very good first impression and all of that. There's a place for that. But don't forget the essence of why you have to go on a date is to get to know a person. I saw a video 2 days ago, which was the major reason why we had to have this topic tonight. I saw a video 2 days ago. I don't know if it was content. It looked real, but I think it was content. I shared it with my colleague, and he said he thinks it was content. I saw this video in America where a guy, apparently he had just met this lady. I think it was online, they spoke, and then decided to go on a date. So they go on a date, and Uncle drove her to Starbucks, right? If you know Starbucks, Starbucks is not local. Starbucks is international. Starbucks is an international coffee. Do you understand? It's not our Mr. Big. Starbucks is Starbucks. It's clean. It's proper. So what happens is this. So the guy drives her there, and she gets upset. She gets upset that on their first date, he drove her for them to have a coffee date. So she brought her phone, and she begins to do a live video. And then she begins to money shame, if there's anything like money shame. She begins to tell the world that, hey, she's hanging out with this guy and he's broke. He's so broke that he brought her to a coffee shop. that she's such a diva, she's such a queen, she cannot go on a first date to a coffee shop. Wahala. So the guy was like, Omo, it's not about money, but I just want to get to know you and have a place for me. Madame de Para, Omo, this guy is broke. Everybody look at his face and all that. So the guy now says, it's fine. No need for creating a scene. So he reverses and he says, you know what? I'm going to take you home. I'm going to drop you at home so that the guy who will spend on you on your first date will come and pick you. So as they're going, she's still making noise, and then the guy is like, why do you even have your phone on live? Why are you even having this conversation? This is between us. Why are you having to put me on camera, Now she's trying to shame the guy, but she's shaming herself. So the guy is like, duh, we just met. We just met. And we're just finding a spot to meet. This is not about money. The guy is driving a good car that he did not borrow. So why would you think it's about money? So the guy, she just kept on ranting, and then the guy got upset. He said, you know what? No issue, we'll not go fight. The guy said, I'm not even dropping you at home. I think that guy has a Nigerian blood. This guy, when you now reach that point of your real daddy, I won't use the word that was in my head. No, we're clean people. When you reach that point of your real daddy, So he just said, what, I'm not even taking you home. This guy, with my food, no. He just took one turn and parked. He said, I'll come down from my car. You don't even have a car. I'm driving. And I'll come down from my car and then look for a guy that you are looking for to spend on you. And that was the video that made me say, let's talk about why people go on dates. What is the essence? Yes, it is good to eat good food. I love good food. I don't really send food. I eat food because it's a necessity. But it's good to eat good food. It's good to take pictures, have fun. But create those memories, have fun. But don't forget the intent is to get to know this person. And I'm trying to get to know this person because I have a feeling like this person, I want to build something lasting, something loving, something romantic, something beautiful with her. All right. So it is imperative that I'm able to have a time out to get to know this person. Very important, all right? So I begin to wrap up. I have about 9 minutes on my watch. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Hi, Gloria John Ugwa, my person. All right, we have John Dominic also online. John Dominic. See all these married people coming on live show. And you people are not sharing. You're not sharing your thoughts. Why are you hoarding your experiences from us? Please, we want to learn. All right? We want to learn. All right. So as I begin to wrap up, I have just 9 minutes on my clock. What are the things that I gain from dating? Let us know. Share with us what are the things that you gain as a person from dating. Let us know what are the things that you gain from dating. It be like saying only Ideas Hub did this our YouTube today. All right. Anyway, let's make progress. So what are the things that you gain from going on dates, not dating? All right. Not dating. What are the things you gain from going on dates? One of the first things I'd like to share with you is it helps in your confidence. It builds your confidence. It builds your confidence to be able to be relational with people. It builds your confidence. Especially for guys or ladies who were overprotected, if there's anything like that. Guys or ladies who were overprotected, they were never really allowed as kids to mingle with other children, to play outside or to go for sleepovers, visits and all of that. Many times those kind of children, two things happen. Either they turn out timid and always in their shell, or they become very rude in a bid to look for confidence. There are a lot of rude guys, a lot of rude ladies who are very rude and they think it means confidence. When you check it properly from the background, you realize that they were deprived the opportunity to be social. All right. So when I deprive my child the opportunity to mingle with their mates, I most likely begin to create or groom a child who will end up becoming timid in life, or will go to another extreme of being over opinionated that he or she becomes rude and mistakes it for confidence. All right. So what happens is that when I go on dates, right? When I go on dates, it builds confidence. So you begin to talk with the person, you begin to, engage. You begin to engage with the person. It has a way of building your confidence. All right. So that's one of the things you can gain from going on the dates. Another thing is manners. It helps with your manners, all right? It helps with your manners, both in how you treat a lady and how, your partner speaks to a waiter. That's if you go to a restaurant to eat, for instance. It helps you with manners. It helps you with manners. Now, let me put a caveat to manners. You see, I could play a role that I am not. That happens, all right? You can play a role that you are not. So I could, just because I really love a girl and, I want to win her over, I can play the perfect gentleman, pull up, cheer for her and all of that. I could do all of that, guys. I could do all of that, and yet I am not what I am acting. But then the truth is, to an extent, your instincts will be able to tell you, it will be able to tell you something about a person's manners. So I had this experience, real life story. I had this experience where I went out. I won't call the name of the place. I had this experience where I met someone I liked. And it sounded like we shared the same value system, and we're heading in the same direction. So on the day of the dates, we hang out, I go get her and we go on at this particular place, this particular eatery. We went to eat food. It was dinner. From the door, the way she spoke, the way she looked at the security member, in my head I was like, no, Prolific, you're just being oversensitive. Like, the way she washed her, why? Simply because the security man was seated, right? And he was doing something on his phone. I think he was sending a message or whatever it was. And then we're coming, and I was trying to open the door for her, and I wasn't really balanced, trying to, with my walking aid and all that. I was trying to open the door, so I was losing. But so she just, this guy just washed the guy head to toe. That was my first red flag. But I said, no, let me calm down. Maybe I do oversee things. So we get to the counter. Personally, I know they like it's a blessing, even though I can be hungry. But it's a blessing where when I see a lot of people at the counter, it helps me to see what is on the menu and decide. I don't like to when it's finally my turn, I now start to try to decide what I will eat and be wasting other people's time. I don't like it. So when there were a lot of people, I was happy. So I was like, babe, see, array of meals. What would you want to eat? She picked. So when we finally when it was our turn, first thing she said to the lady who was going to serve us, the lady was so excited. Hello, sir. Hello, ma. How you doing? I mean, this is an Italian restaurant. Should I call the place? No, I won't call the place. So they greeted us. They were very nice. Customer service was top notch. And then she with a frown, she just goes to the lady, how are you? Give me this. She asked for Italian fettuccine. She asked for some other things. I was quiet. Then the lady was like, okay, would you want to have this with ketchup? Would you want to have this with chicken, with salad? So she was actually talking with me also. She was just talking to her. And I got that it was customer service. But Auntie just goes like, are you always this flirtatious? On a first date, she's like, are you always this flirtatious? Madam, I was lost. I was like, what's going on here? I was like, do you know this babe from somewhere? Anyway, it just gave me a clue. So when we finally got to eat, we talked about each other, we shared information and all that. It dawned on me that this was the person who didn't care about your emotions. She was more concerned about what can I get? What can I get from a person? That's the way she thinks. And she doesn't freaking care how you think, how you feel when she talks to you, you know. She's a diva, she's a queen. That was the end of, that's the first and the very last of that date, you know. So, but on the last point I'd like to share with us about what you can get from dating is tolerance. And I'll just say this in 1 minute. Tolerance helps me. Tolerance helps the other person. Why? Because we're two different people, right? We're two different people, and we're trying to find a meeting ground. We have two different backgrounds, two different orientations, but we want to be together, we want to spend time together. And so tolerance is what helps us to be able to, find a meeting point. And it's something that helps me to have a larger heart for people. So when I go on dates, it's not just about being sexually attracted to a person. It is also the fact that it is building in me patience. It is building in me tolerance to be able to make room or make excuses for the other person. All right. So, we have just 1 minute to go. Woo! As I be time myself. All right. So, but it's been beautiful. I also want to give a shout out to Mrs. Adeni. Mrs. Adeni sent a message this morning concerning the life we had yesterday. All right, the life from yesterday, what was the topic again? The life was, is cheating by nature or by mistake? And so she shared her thoughts about it, and she said cheating can be situational as much as it can also be by choice. And so I want to say a very big thank you, Mrs. Adeni. And I said that to say this, that even if you're not able to comment on our live show, you can come into our DM, share your story, share your thoughts, share your opinions. We'll be open to it and we'll share it on the live show. Thank you so much on behalf of the staff and the management of R4M Studios, everyone who is behind the camera, who makes sure that we serve you premium value for your data to watch us. We want to say a very big thank you to everyone who's behind the camera. I want to start from my boss, the general. The General, Mr. Moses Samako, is very good to have you. Thank you so much for making this possible, all right? I want to say thank you to the producers, Mr. Rex Davis. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much, Paul, KOB, on the streaming platform OBS. Thank you so much for making this work, all right? Thank you so much, Manasseh, great guy. We also have some new people joining us into the team, and we're just here to serve you guys, all right? We're just here. We have Yano, we have Joy Page, amazing people. We're just here to serve you. Tomorrow we're back like Arnold Schwarzenegger. We're going to be back 7 p.m. God's willing. I would like to see you online. Thank you so much. Thank you for everyone who stayed from the beginning to the end. I want to say a very big thank you. Tomorrow, tune in, and don't forget again, Love Lounge is happening on the 30th of November. Disney Chicken Burner, 30th November, and it's happening 4 p.m. Come enjoy yourself. The entry is 1K. Thank you so much. Peace.